afternoon, people. This is something a bit different. It's not something I thought I'd be doing today. So I did it yesterday. But the weather is cold and miserable, so I was thinking to myself, I blew the cobwebs off the dirt bike yesterday with Jord, and it's too cold to ride the R1, man. Like, it ain't fun riding that bike when it's like this, but very fun to ride this bike when it's like this. So I'll just shut the gate, bollocks. That's not good. You have to be careful. Sometimes they put like rope there for cattle. But yeah, R1 no fun when it's like this. I mean, today's not terrible, but not the best of fun. But dirt bike, oh, immense fun. See, I've had this bike now for quite some time. Whee! But I've never really done it. I don't think I've done a video on it, but I've had it for a while. So what I want to do is just pull up down the road, because I've used this bike to its full potential, and I've actually done some modifications, so there's actually some things to speak about. So we're just going down the most local lane that I know, and if you are a keen watcher, then you will actually recognise this track from the first time I ever went out on one. I've improved drastically since then, hopefully you can tell, but you still got to keep your wits about you on these lanes, because bloody change every time you go down. They're fucking different. You have to be careful of people walking their dogs, just people walking in general, really. So we'll pull up down here. I've got a spot in mind. And I'll show you the bike, show you what I've done, give you my thoughts on it, because it's an amazing bike. I think I say that about all my bikes, but when you love bikes, what are you going to do about it? Got some new boots, and it's quite hard to use the rear brake. You need to get used to it. Oh, such a lovely bike. Right, we're going to stop here. I'll pull over and I'll see you in a sec. Bosch CRF 250L. I don't feel the need to make a video about being tall on this bike, because it's a dirt bike. Obviously it's big, it's tall, it's perfect for someone like me, but I will go over some things I did to make it slightly more rideable for doing these kind of lanes, off-road lanes, green lanes, whatever you want to call them. But she's adequately dirty, and these are my new boots. They're getting dirtier by the day. Yeah, so 2013 CRF 250L, and I'll tell you straight away, for doing this stuff, it's amazing. I've got nothing to compare it to directly, but I've not once come over a bit of terrain that I thought it can't handle. So there's that to bear in mind. But the things that I've done to it, as standard, they don't come with a belly pan. It's like a plastic tray. And if you are going to be tackling lanes like this one isn't too bad, but in this area around the Peak District, it's really rocky, so that's kind of a must. It took me a while to get one, but that's kind of a must. For someone like me, and I think just in general, I've got these bar risers here, which really help me because I'm tall, so I'm not so slunched over when I'm standing up on the pegs, because you need to be up on the pegs when you're doing this kind of stuff. So the bar risers really help. They're only the second level of adjustment, I guess, if you want to say that. They will go up probably another 2 inches, but there's not enough slack in these wires to do that. Now, when I first got this bike, on the first video you ever watched of it, on the only video I watched of it, if anyone ever noticed, this dash didn't work, and it turns out they're about £120 for a second-hand one, but the mileage is coded with the speedo, I'm pretty sure, because all the listings had the mileage on. So I took it to a mobile phone repair shop, and they fixed it for me for 20 quid. So, and it all works. That's absolutely amazing. But that's a bit irrelevant. So for actual off-roading purposes, you got the aluminium belly pan, bar risers, handguards. I'll talk about tyres later because they are excellent tyres. Bar risers, handguards. I put these grips on, but you have to cut the grips when you've got these handguards on. It's got a really nice FMF exhaust system, which is sick. It's got some aftermarket brake lever, which I've had to mangle with a hammer to get back to how it was before, because I crashed it and yeah, it broke. I've got this like Lomo 20 litre bag on the back, just bungee cord down, which is good for some essentials. Coming on this side, you've got another aftermarket lever there. I'd never fall off that side too bad, so that's never been an issue for me. Yeah, so I know it's very dirty, I don't know if you can even see the number plate, but it's got a tail tidy on it, which isn't actually the best, because I don't know if you can see, but if you look under there, there's just like a big hole, and all the shit gets flicked up in the back of the tail, which isn't ideal, but it's never actually caused an issue yet. So, but the tail tidy is good, because if you do, or just the smaller number plate, good in general, because if you do drop the bike, and you don't end up cracking the number plate and having to replace it every time you do. Because it goes without saying, doing this kind of stuff, you're going to drop the bike. That's part of the fun. That's why in many ways these cheaper dirt bikes are more fun to do it than the big adventure bikes, because those adventure bikes, man, like seriously, you gotta take these down these lanes. If you drop them, like, you're fucked. What are you going to do? They weigh like over 200 kg. Whereas these are light, fun, parts are cheap. It's really great fun. It's amazing, honestly. Now for tyres, these are brand new Michelin trackers. As far as tyres go, they're pretty damn cheap. I think it's like 90 quid for the pair, plus tax and delivery. I think it worked out about 120 quid for them to be delivered. But they are, I had some other tyres on before which were very run down and low and just nowhere near as good. And the difference is unbelievable. They're really fucking good tyres for the price for doing this kind of green lane stuff. I've been up some steep muddy hills and it just, I mean, yeah, it squirms around at the back, but it will go eventually. Fucking just give it a good blap and it'll go. It's quite a busy little path, this is annoyingly. But yeah, as far as dirt bikes go, like I can't be as nitpicky with it, because like what it's made for, it does very well. And yeah, you can go out and spend 10 grand on like a KTM, which will do it even better, but I just don't think you need to. For someone, it's a weekend toy, a hobby, not a profession. Like, I don't think you need to spend that much on them. I mean, yeah, if you've got the money, go for it, but like I said before, I've never come across an obstacle which I can't get past on this bike. I'm not naive to think that there is no obstacles that this can go over, but just like in my area for what I do, and I do some pretty gnarly tracks, this is honestly perfect. The bar risers are kind of a must for me, probably not for everyone else, but I think everyone would benefit from some bar risers, because it just makes you can lean that a lot more aggressively forward, which is good when you're standing up, and I think it just makes it a bit easier when you're doing these off-road stuff. I think it just makes it a bit easier. The suspension is stock, and you know, I'm not like I don't know as much detail as someone else could probably tell you, but what I can tell you is exactly what I told you before, pretty much. It's more than good enough. I don't feel like you need to be spending more on it, because when you're going down these lanes, like prime example, these people here, and now everyone else who just walked past will probably cut out the video, but like there's a lot of traffic on these lanes even still, and you got to be extra careful, because you know, you're going 20 mile an hour and it's 140 kg thing. You're going to do some serious damage if you hit someone with it, so you do have to be careful. But it's like anything in it, you can always get better, but you don't always need better. Like, this is the perfect bike for someone who wants to get into this. And I've got a mega story what happened yesterday, which I'll probably tell you on the way back. But yeah, I can't really think of anything else to talk about with it, because it just does what it does. It does it very well. It's very cheap to run, very cheap to insure, very cheap to repair, super easy to work on. It's just a mega bit of kit. Really nice, absolutely love it. I mean, like I said, I know, I'm not naive, I know there's better things out there, like a lot better things out there, but for the price, I think this is almost unmatched. It's so reliable. Like, I think you have to service it every 12,000 miles, and I've left this, like, I haven't hit these lanes in about 3 months, apart from yesterday. It's probably been about 3 or 4 months since I've been on this bike and hit the lanes. And I did some, because I was going to sell it to get an adventure bike, but I changed my mind. So I did all these bits, I put all these extra bits on to make it better for when I came out yesterday, and obviously in future. And yeah, I just don't see anything in the market, in the price range. I just don't see what compares to. I think the WRs are much more expensive. Like, there's different versions of this bike you can get, like the race versions, but the engines need a service every, I think every 12 hours or 8 hours of use. The engines require a service, and then, you know, probably by the time this needs an oil change, that needs a full engine rebuild. And that's the same for a lot of the two-strokes as well. Like, don't get me wrong, I know the two-strokes are probably a lot more fun up and down here, but they also require a lot more maintenance. So for someone like me who might not use this for a month straight, and it's just sitting in my garage, and I just know I can do that, and it just starts like it's nothing. And the FMF exhaust, yeah, it's probably started. FMF exhaust sounds really nice. I'm trying to be too antisocial so I don't get banned off the lanes. So yeah, to summarise while I'm here, I'll probably talk a bit more when we go back up the lane. But yeah, great bike. Goes without saying, it's great for someone who's tall. If you did want to commute on it, put some road tyres on, it's fabulous for that as well. Probably not the best for doing long distance stuff, because the seat's not comfortable. It's not the comfiest bike in the world to be on for a long period of time, but it's not really made for that. So, but yeah, great for being tall, great off-road capabilities, great on-road capabilities as well. Even with them tyres on, it still feels pretty nice on the road. Let's just put it this way: if you are in the market, and this ties into a story I got which happened yesterday, if you are in the market to go off-roading, look into these, because you will not be disappointed. So, stand up on the pegs now. That is the way. It's a tiny bit rocky here, nothing major. Nothing second gear, can't handle. But yeah, so the story here is, me and my mate George we were out here yesterday doing this lane. Obviously the full course. It's only the second lane of the day, and getting this rut. Hey. Hey. Yeah, see, like, when it's leafy like this, you have to be careful. But there was this guy, this old geezer, and shout out to him because he's an absolute trooper. He had a brand new CRF 300 72 plate or whatever the new one is, and he was about to go down a really fucking hard muddy lane, and we said to him, we were like, obviously told him what was down there, because we just went up it, and it's notoriously muddy down there. He had like 70, 40, I don't know, he had like 50 tyres on, and he wouldn't have made it up, basically, long and short of it, because he's his first time out on the bike as well. Don't know if I mentioned that or not. And yeah, so when came to us, and we were like, if you want to roll with us, just follow us, you know, no problem, that's what biking's about, you know what I mean? And he was like, yeah, fair play to the lad. He followed us through the full course, and if you know the Peak District, you've got some pretty, like, I think 3 Shires Head is the most common one that most people know about. Hey, oh, I've gone into a rut. Don't want to be on this bit really, but let's get over. There we go. But yeah, absolute trooper he was. I'm knackered after that. But yeah, he went into the right. I didn't mean to do that. But yeah, brand new CRF. Never taken it out before, I don't think. And he came out with us. And oh my god, did we put him through his paces. I mean, fair play to him, because he dropped that bike. Come on. He dropped his brand new bike. It must have been about 7 times, man. Fair play to the lad. I'd have said that's enough a long time ago. But we're taking him all down these gnarly lanes in the Peak District. And me and George pretty good at it now. We've been doing it for a bit. So we were obviously flying up ahead, and he's understandably struggling, just like we were the first time we hit these lanes. Chickens. Yeah, and he's understandably struggling the first time we were the first time we hit them lanes. Like, feet down, not got the best tyres on for the job. I know my days deep in it a lot, but fucking fair play to the lad, because he just carried on going. And they said, me and Joe were laughing, said he got a story to tell the wife now after that. But yeah, that's just, in general, that's just what biking's about. Like, this dude out there doesn't know the lanes very well, was about to get him some serious shit, and like I hope many other people would do, we just helped him out. Oh, you bastard, I don't want to get this helmet fucked up. This is my nice helmet. My good helmet. I mean, this is the end of the lane. I just came out to do this video. I might take the camera out more, but I need to set up my off-road helmet with all the proper mic and shit, and I couldn't be asked to do it today, so I just took out this helmet instead. But yeah, I don't know what's going to be uploaded in the future, because I didn't end up getting that adventure bike, and I don't really want to take the R1 out when it's like this. It's only going to get worse in it, so. But yeah, it's been a blast. I hope you appreciate me showing you the dirt bike. It doesn't get a lot of love on the channel, but I do adore that bike. But yeah, one last look. Oh, she looks so good when she's dirty, bro. Oh. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, man. And a massive shout out to all the subscribers as well. Probably should have said that first, but I see you all commenting, see all the subscribers, man. Appreciate the love, dudes, seriously. Means the world to me. So yeah, have a good one, stay safe, see you in a bit.